Hello, soul heads. It looks like everybody's just rushing toward war. Like we just can't have war fast enough. World War III, no less. Guys, we've got all kind of forces on their way to the Middle East. We've got now two aircraft. We got one aircraft carrier, the Gerald R. Ford, in the vicinity of Israel, and another on its way, the Dwight D. Eisenhower. There's something that disturbs me. There's disturbed me about this, and we're going to talk about that. Several things are really bugging me. But we've got Iranian tanks on their way to western Iran, right up on the border of Iraq. We've got Israel is about to move in to Gaza. Hezbollah says if Israel hits Gaza, that they're going to hit Israel. We've got all kinds of means for this war escalating and pulling in other players. Maybe it will connect with other current ongoing wars and provide a stimulus for new ones. As America gets embroiled and caught up in one activity, it might make other folks decide it's a good opportunity to do other things for mayhem to increase as we're getting spread so thin. And then what really worries me is this isn't going to be a war like the kind of wars we've seen in the past. I do not expect the oncoming onslaught to be anything like anything we've ever seen. Not only is there the specter of nuclear war, which might start as a theater event and then might spread. Oh yeah, Canadian prepper Nate, he's getting kind of like in Green Greg's hours now. He just an hour ago posted a video like on Green Greg's time, but it was quite a warning. He's talking about the prospects that I guess Hezbollah, Hamas, I forget which one of the two he said, has put out things where they're targeting nuclear facilities. We're talking about targeting nuclear facilities in Israel. Wow, guys. This, that happens, then Israel might respond with tactical. Israel responds with tactical. Iran responds with something. Israel counter responds. Guys, you see the potential escalation. Oh, yeah. We have the nuclear capable F-15s. The F-15E is what we've just sent over there. We've sent our Air Force with fighter jets, including ground support fighter jets, such as the A-10 Warthog, into the area. We've got the Navy coming into the area. We got the Marine Corps coming to the area. Well, guys, why? Why so much at once? Why so many things piling in so fast to one area? It sounds almost biblical, almost like something out of Revelations or the book of Daniel or Ezekiel. Holy smoke, guys. I'm going to see who's in the chat room. We're going to talk about this a little bit. Let me update this. What in the world happened here? The update button. So I can see who's in the house. We are very late. Sorry about that, guys. I've had a long day. Okay, what's going on here? It's not coming up like it ought to. It should come up with the chat room. Am I not live? What's going on here? I'm showing live over here. Is that not coming up over here? Let me try this one more time. There it is. Wow, that's odd. I'm being hidden from myself. No, I just think not want to give recommendations. It's hiding me from me. All right, guys. All right, we got 93 in the room. Space Girl, I love that title. Hey, Billy the Kid in Norwood. Already got a super chat tonight. Salute, Billy the Kid. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, we got the night started out good here and that. Redneck J-Dog, I love that name. Hey, Michelle, wow. We got a good night started out here. Thank you, Michelle. Salute to you. Such a great supporter of the channel, Michelle Young is. Good evening. It's late evening, early morning, it all blends together in my life. I've been up getting close to 24 hours now. I'm very sleep deprived. I can't even talk. All right, guys, New Jerusalem has started my heart. Well, the New Jerusalem will be coming from above, according to the prophecies. So, guys, think about this. I got to wonder. Hey, Angie, my neighbor here. You're up late. So I've really got to wonder, guys, think about this. we focus on, well, these guys did this and these guys, this has been heinous acts occurred by each side. In no way do I support attacking innocent civilians, especially young ones. That's heinous. Hey there, MSB 9021. Salute to you. Heck, you're in. Yes, you are. Thank you, sir. Wow. Guys, we are coming at stuff that's just unimaginable. I mean, it's like the world leadership is insane. I remember when HRC, well, the C standing for Clinton, you can imagine what the HR is, right? When she came out and during the Syrian, when she was having a presidential debate, she was actually on Ellen DeGeneres' show and asked about putting a no-fly zone over Syria and asked if she would shoot down MiGs. And she said, yeah. I thought, this woman is out of her gourd. This crazy. You're talking World War III, but now it's just like everybody's all over pushing for World War III. It's where we're going, guys, is incredible to think that we're in this right now. It's incredible. And it almost looks, well, it looks very suspicious. You know, somebody interviewed on Nate's show, and I've seen this elsewhere, it said that, you know, that fence that went around Gaza was so sensitive that if a pigeon crapped on it, they'd know about it. All kind of sensors are apparently a lot better than our fence with Mexico, apparently. All kind of sensors. There's no way. How did they not know this was going on? Why did the IDF require 7 hours to did it take them that long to wake up? Am I just being, am I out of my place wondering about this? If you think that is strange, put a 1 in the chat room. If you don't think it's strange, if you think, oh, okay, no, that's normal, that's what I expect, put a 2 in the chat room. If you think it's strange that that stuff went on for 7 hours, put a 1 in the chat room, because it just, there's something about it. Hey, we got inner city pigeon. I'm sure talking about pigeons. We got inner city pigeon in the house. Very, very appropriate. Libby B, I'm very concerned about what's happening and how much equipment is being deployed. Yes, that's what concerns me. See, this you know, this is one of the reasons I don't take sides, because I think this looks suspicious, guys. I'm against anybody, any individual. I don't care what side you're on, any individual could do the heinous things that's been done. Boy, they don't deserve. I can't say on this platform. I just can't say it, guys. But it infuriates me. Let me put it that way. It infuriates me that stuff like that would happen. Kids anywhere are kids. They're innocent. They're beautiful. The most beautiful thing in this universe is a baby, a child, a kid. There's so much beauty in a kid, and old people. You ever look in the eyes of an old people and they got that gleam, that glint there? Yeah, there's beauty in that. There is beauty in that, guys. And it's sad that people have got such dark hearts. Is it demonic? Yes, metronome. That's what I'm saying. There's just something, it's just not right about this whole thing. It's all stinks. All right, so that's what's worrying me. So what I'm worried about is, are we being set up? Is this whole thing set up? Each side's playing the other. What did I tell you guys long ago, and I've said it a million times on this channel? The sides play us against each other. The leadership of the world stirs things up, and they play us against each other. But this smacks me of just being evil. Pure, putrid evil. And there seems to be plenty of it to go around. Anyway, so pick on someone on your own sides. Exactly. Hey, all right. That's a perfect analogy right there. And that's a good lead into this whole analogy. And I'll have to elucidate on this some more toward the end. I'm just going to kind of plant the seed right now. When I was a kid, like maybe 10 years old, 12 years, me and my best friend, Stephen Henson, we had a hobby. Our hobby was fighting wasps, because wasps could hurt you. They were a formidable, you know, when you were little kids and you get toddlers and you get stung by a bunch of things, you get kind of irate about wasps. And so, maybe decide to hit back at them later. So we had this hobby of attacking wasp nest. But, it wasn't no fun attacking a little wasp nest in the springtime, at least to destroy it. So we would actually pester the wasp for months and wait till the end of the summer when it got real big to really go after it. That way they would be like totally ripe, worthy, a worthy opponent. And, we would throw rocks at them, sand at them, just stuff like that to make them mad and take off and running. And we'd do stuff like that. And we'd just pester that wasp nest, just make sure it'd be a good, angry wasp nest. And then right toward the end of the year, we would wipe them out. And, sometimes we used water, sometimes we didn't, but we would wipe them out. And that was one of our hobbies. It was a crazy hobby. Kids are insane, especially boys 12 years old, 14. That's especially when you get 14. Boy loses his mind when he turns 14. But hobby wasp. But we would let them develop until they were big. Our biggest example was a well house. I've talked about that before, where our well house got full of wasp nests, wall to wall. Wasp nest, wall to wall, all over the ceiling. And it was not a big well house. A grown up couldn't stand up there. Even a night, went in that well house with each one of us had a section of well hose about 3 foot long, and I got the sprayer, and we went there back to back, and we killed every wasp in there. Didn't either one of us get stung a single time. Well, we were spraying and swatting, but that shows the power of having somebody's back. That's the power also of a mutual mutual assurance group, which a lot of you guys didn't watch the video I just did with John Hollerman. You really need to watch that video. That one. The people who watched it a lot longer than they typically watch my videos, but not so many people watched it because I don't know, maybe the thumbnail was bad, the title was bad. You didn't think, you just looked at it and assumed it wouldn't be a great video. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it anyway. So, see what happened. Think about this. During the Obama administration, they sponsored color revolutions in Arabic countries, overthrow the elected government, whoever was in power, and it usually led to the more radical institutions taking over, organizations. Let me put it that way. That was the usual outcome of those events. Not always. Tunisia had one of those. I think Tunisia is a pretty stable country over there, as far as I can see from the outside. And I've dealt with, some Tunisian ladies, like one did my architecture work for my Universal Habitat. So I admire the work those people do. But I got to tell you something. When it came to Iran is the most Western-like of the Islamic countries in terms of the people, the Papists. Papists don't really care for the government that's run. They don't want it. Yet we would not sponsor the colored revolutionary. Yet we sent money to Iran. We created a so-called agreement to kind of monitor the development of nuclear stuff, just to keep them from doing it. Just like, we set the deal. Remember, Madeleine Albright went into North Korea and cut a deal with North Korea. Hey, Choctaws, 2 sticks. Yes, folks best be prepping up. Amen, and thank you for the super chat. Madeleine Albright went to North Korea and cut the deal that no, North Korea's not going to develop nukes now. We got it covered. Remember that? We had an agreement. It's not going to happen. What happened? Yeah, look at that. So so this JPOC that was set up, the agreement with Iran, the joint, what was all that stuff for? That's a long name on that one. Anyway, it's late. So joint comprehensive, I can't come up with it right now. It's a long name on that treaty that we came up with Iran. Well, Israel said that they were, full tilt developing nuclear weapons in spite of that treaty. And that's why Trump backed out of it, to try to put sanctions on them, to force them more forcibly not to do it. But what did Obama do during the course of that treaty? They sent over a lot of money, including money on pallets and planes. It's almost as if they want Iran to develop. They wanted Iran to be in this position. They wanted Iran to become who they become. Is that why the CIA really deposed the president in early 50s, elected president? You happened to be pro-Soviet, apparently, and that was the stated reason. Maybe it was. But holy smoke, they put the Shah in. The Shah was a tyrant. The CIA was involved in that. That's what turned a lot of Iranians against America. And that's what ushered in the era of the Ayatollahs. Ayatollah Khomeini, now Ayatollah Khomeini, almost sounds the same. But in any event, it's like what it reminds me of is being a kid, letting that wasp nest get big and fester so we'd have a worthy opponent. And you got to wonder if that just plays into the plans of those who want to have governance over the entire planet, who want to put us all, take all of our freedoms. There's been a lot of talk about that for a long time. Well, if you need a World War III to get you there, and if your opponents are weaklings, it don't work, does it? Now, I don't know that that stuff happened. I can't say it's this or that. I'm just pondering. But I know what I did as a kid to make my opponents worthy. You know, but then kids are insane, right? But so are our leaders. I think all the leaders in the world have lost their gourds. They're out of their minds. You know, I almost, you know, I'd hope saner, you know, level heads would prevail, saner heads would prevail. Right now I'm going, well, where the heck are they? And where's our statesmen? We used to have statesmen. Where are they? Wheelchair says population. Yeah, it may be it. You know, they want, you know, there was those guidestones, and now things got heated up. They didn't want us to see those guidestones anymore, right? Maybe, or somebody, for some reason, decided to take them out, take one out. But you know what? Instead of repairing them, they just took them all down. Interesting. You know, I used to have a little list, a litany of articles that, long before I started this channel, that kind of went over things like this. And the title of my Word document was Written in Stone. And it was a reference to the guidestones. Although maybe my worms took them down, because I shipped worms to Eberton, Georgia. I shipped worms about a mile from that place. Maybe they just kind of tunneled underneath it. Any Halloween plans? No, not really. I don't know that we need any with everything going on. I tell you what, people need to be careful this Halloween. People really need to be situationally aware, because what I really think in terms of sleeper cells, they're not going to activate them until we're in war with whoever's got the sleeper cells here. And it may be we're more with everybody at one time. I really don't think, you know, look at what happened to 9/11. We had a couple of towers taken down. What did we do? We turned around and took down 2 nations. Although we turned around and we let them both go in directions that didn't suit us in the end. I mean, we turned Iraq over to Shias, and they, even though we got a big embassy there and we got forces there, the government don't really like us. They're more aligned with Iran. That's why Iran is putting their tanks over there on the border with Iraq, because they're thinking that when things get really bad in Gaza, the Iraqis will just let them through. Now, another thing, Iran probably won't put their tanks through until such consternations get kicked up, because we need to be distracted by other things so they can get those tanks through. Otherwise, they'll get hit. Apparently, there was a hit on some kind of Iranian military convoy just in the last several hours, I believe, going in to Syria. Now, I'm going to show you some videos, some tanks in a little bit going up there. So this happening, guys. Sleepers cell equal men upon the jail. Well, maybe. So hey, intermix hacker, love you, not hate you. That's what we need. That's the answer. I keep saying that. That's why I said, because see what they do, they use hatred. So 9/11, what was that all about? It got Americans mad. Got us mad, like those hornets I was throwing, or wasp I was throwing sand at, made us mad. We reacted. We make people in other parts of the world mad. You know, when our Predator drones decide to take out a terrorist, and he's at a wedding party and it takes out aunts and uncles and kids, we might take out one, but we've created many more to replace them. You see what I'm saying? This is like the global feud. I've talked about feuds and feud dynamics in the past and how bad that is. And it's like we've been instigating a global feud for decades now. Is that the case? Well, it gave them the liberty to create the Patriot Act, to grab our freedoms and create all kind of huge intel organizations. The state that are referred to as being so deep grew enormously. How well does it serve us? Hey, Deborah Thompson, how you doing? Good to see you back where you belong. You wear a straw hat for a couple of weeks. Oh, that's against straw, but this is vintage. It was a little warm in here tonight. Never forget it. Yeah, there's strange things, Miles. Strange things. Strange things. That's why I got to wonder, are we being played? It's just a question. Just a question. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Amen. I like my freedom. Yes, freedom. That's what we're about. That's why I started Freedom Restoration the Freedom Restoration Foundation.org, which I pay for out of my pocket. And we started our survival tribe network. The video I announced that on, I gave that wasp nest analogy about me and my best friend fighting the wasp back to back, because we had each other's backs and we were good at what we were doing, because we did it for a long time. We've been doing it for 2 or 3 years by then, at least, probably longer than that. We trusted each other. That was insane to walk in a building full of wasp nests. We could have died from stings, but we didn't even get a single sting, not a one. And we killed thousands of wasps, probably. It was crazy. I mean, and I look back at that and I go, you got to be kidding me. I'm still alive. I think about all the crazy things we did. So it must be a purpose here. Maybe that purpose is to wake you guys up, but it don't work if you're already awoke and you already knew this. Maybe I can give you some education, help you learn a few things, but better yet, hit the share button on my videos. Share them. Let's get some other people awake, not woke, but awake to what's going on. Yeah, and Wiseow took the tribal network and formed a website, and great expense out of her pocket, I might add. So go to survivaltribenetwork.org. So anyway, so guys, we are in serious times. If you don't get it, I don't know what, but everything can break loose at any time. So if we get into it with Iran, at some point, that's where they expect, or I don't know what the threshold is, but they got some threshold they'd activate their sleeper cells. They don't want to do it beforehand because they don't want us attacking them right off like we did after 9/11. Same way with China. It will be in the midst of, probably, of a war. But that's what I'm saying. It ain't going to be here, right here. It's not going to be like it was here in any war we've ever had in the past. Even if the nukes don't fly, taking down our power grid is as bad or worse. You can factor in what's going to happen with the nuclear power plants, spent fuel rod pulls, not the plants. There is many things to be concerned about, guys. Copperhead, frog, and toad. Copperhead Road. Anyway, guys, so I'm gonna share some stuff here. Close this thing down here, so I'm gonna get confused. Share screen, ding, 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 ding. All right, guys, if you're not prepping, what are you doing? You know, you should see the video with John Hollerman that I just did, and you'll realize the value of long-term food storage. Also, the value of trying to store it in other places. Somebody made a comment in that video, says, Greg, not everybody's got the luxury of having 2 or 3 homes and all these different properties and blah, blah, blah. You don't need that to store your food outside your house. You got a yard? Your mama got a yard? Somebody else in your family? Or go out into a national park in an area where nobody else is looking, you know, some place that you know, some specific place. You know, someplace, what I said, someplace you'd bug out to, someplace where you know you want to put a cache. Most caches are far afield. But if you got property in yards, then, you know, that's a good advantage. But think about other places you can store things. So keep that in mind. Here you can get, if you go to prepwithgreg.com, We still got the special running, guys. I don't know how they're doing it after all the inflation we've had. Because now when you look at it, when you think, oh, this is 3 months of food, 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 2,000 calories a day. Don't count servings or counting calories, which is what you need, guys. 25 years shelf life, 21 varieties. It's got some drinks and desserts in it. So, there's something there. And if you can't afford that, consider the 2-week supply, which is 1 bucket. Think about, I've got friends who bought enough to cover their family for a few years. So that's, if you can cover yourself in some way or another, go to the big box store and buy a bag of beans or a bag of rice, or get an extra can of beans if that's all you can afford, guys. But do something. And the only thing you do is going to count. But if it's in your pantry and they come take it, it ain't going to help you. What I love about this stuff is it's good for burying in these buckets that are sealed, with these packages in it that are sealed. Anyway, but you can get other prepping supplies here too if you go to My Patriot Supply and click on that. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about stuff here. So, like I said, everybody's rushing to the site. I'm gonna drive in a little bit more on this. I'm about to paint a scenario that's going to shock you with these aircraft carriers. Samuel Turner, thank you, sir. We have moved past the possibility of World War III. We are in the early stages of it. It's going to come on us very fast. That's what I'm worried about. 60 days or less, and the world will be ablaze. It's something is, I'm worried. It feels like something's coming and coming fast, because it seems like everybody wants it. Anyway, guys, look at this. These are the Iranian tanks that are on their way. Why would they send all this armor to the border with Iraq? For what purpose? What purpose could that possibly be? This is moving its tanks west for a possible confrontation with the U.S. That's what this poster thinks, Dana. I think that's what the post below. But they're just go on and on, guys. Look down here. I think this is that one of them? Yeah, there's several videos of this stuff, guys. If I enlarge it, I don't think you can see it if I hit the enlarge button. See all these tanks. Anyway. And it got armored personnel carriers too. That's a different convoy. This one's got armored personnel carriers and tanks in it. So that's a different convoy. It's not just one convoy, folks. It's not 3 or 4 tanks. I don't know what number they're moving, but a lot of stuff's on the move somewhere. Anyway. Carriers, USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, USS Carl Vinson, deploy. And Ike will carry join Carrier Ford. See, we didn't know the Carl Vinson was going to deploy, and the Carl Vinson is going out of the West Coast. It's heading over into the Indo-Pacific region. So maybe we are expecting this thing to escalate and involve other countries. Is that what's cooking? Look here. That's the carriers that's been out there. This does not yet include the Carl Vinson or the Dwight D. Eisenhower. And they're all at potential points of action. Maybe they figure they need one more over here. Because if this things go down with China, we're going to, or North Korea at one time, then do we have enough coverage with just 2 carriers? Probably not. See, we got 2 near the Persian Gulf. The Ford. We got 1 up here to keep an eye on Russia. Is that enough? I guess you can do that from down here too. Guys, it's getting crazy time. Because it's AEC, he performs a bomb. Yeah. Okay, so look at this. This is something that kind of struck a chord with me. 5,000 sailors head to the Mediterranean. And showing the wife and the kids, and yeah, I think she's deploying. No, her husband, Drew Holbert, is deploying. But, they're showing you the human aspect of it. And that's true, it's part of it. But why are they suddenly going out of the way to do that for the Eisenhower, and they didn't do this for the Ford or the other ones. It just makes me kind of suspicious. Are they trying to pull at our heartstrings, especially if something were to happen to this carrier? It strikes me interesting that this was the second carrier in the Nimitz class built, and it's already got a retirement date of 2029. Let's see. Eventual replacement, eventual, 2029. They already plan to retire this craft. Let's hope it's not intended to be a sacrifice for a banner not so true. To further, you know, if we lose a carrier, this country's going to go nuts. Is that why they're playing up the human aspect of this? I hope, you know, this is just a wild thought. It's just something that kind of grabbed me. And oh my God, could this be? I don't know. I'm not saying it is. Don't quote me and say, Greg said this is going to happen. No, hope and pray that don't happen. But holy smoke, guys, you got to wonder. You really got to wonder. Yeah, Jesse. Well, it may be all part of the bigger plan. Could all be part of a bigger plan. I'll show that in a little bit. So what's cooking immediately? Iran's foreign minister, man, this guy is traveling all over the Mideast. And so is our Blinken, our Secretary of State Blinken. Well, this guy is Mr. Hussein Amir. This is not, he's got H in his name. That's not his whole name. That's not right. Hussein Amir. Yeah, Abdulian. Yeah, there's a space between that. That name's not spelled right there. But he's traveling all over the Mideast, lining people up, and they're people for Iran. And Blinken is trying to make sure that our Middle Eastern allies aren't going to turn against us or support this. Greg said the alien mothership was coming soon. Oh, I don't think I said that, but there might be. Yeah, there may be something coming. They might call it aliens. Yeah, maybe the booger man. You know what a booger man is? You know who the boogie man is? The booger man. That's what we used to call him when I was a kid. The DEVIL, the D-evil. All right. Rand warns through the UN against offensive in Gaza. Well, that's not the only way they've done it. This guy and who's Khomeini, Ayatollah Khomeini, excuse me. They both made warnings, basically saying that if Israel moves into Gaza, that at the very least Hezbollah will get involved, and Hezbollah is an Iranian proxy, but possibly Iran directly. Is that why the tanks are on the way over there? What's cooking, guys? What is really cooking? What's the real objective here? I don't know, guys. So I'm just asking questions. But they're going in. They're going in. Israel's military warns it will attack Gaza City very broadly soon. A broad attack. They got 300,000 troops set up, and it's not going to be a cakewalk for them because there's a lot of hidey holes in Gaza City for Hamas to snipe at and plink at the Israeli Defense Force. They got 500 miles of tunnels, and it's going to be a tough battle dealing with these people down in the tunnels. But like I said, I'm not even gonna read this out loud. This title is just so gut wrenching. But apparently it's kind of going both ways. Oh, where's that other article? Must have closed it. There's an article. Let's see. That's it. Yeah, here it is. All eyes on Gaza. Israeli soldiers and settlers. Yeah, so are they trying to get the West Bank involved in this too? The Palestinians there? What is it just revenge? Is it because people are mad? I don't know, guys. Anger does and hatred does terrible things. That's why I talk against hatred, because that's how they play us against each other. So we're getting set up, and then when we get involved, what do we got to deal with here? This is one moment at our border. Posting from Tucker Carlson. let's see, I'm gonna play the sound. I'm gonna cut the sound. I'm just gonna let you see the action here. This is coming across our border. Look here. I'm gonna play the whole thing. Gosh, guys, what in the world are we dealing with? What are we going to deal with? What will we be dealing with here? Excuse to go into Syria. Well, Israel's already bombed the airport, the international airport, Aleppo, now 2 times. They bombed it, cratered the field. The Syrians went and fixed it, and Israel went back and got it again. And our economy will crash as this war propagates, especially the Strait of Hormuz gets closed by the Iranians. Oil prices would skyrocket. Oh yeah, I meant to show. I'll probably show it later. There's articles where some of the bankers are talking about how they expect this to wreck our economy, like our economy wasn't already set to implode. You got to realize. I believe I have to pull up the debt clock again, but I think our debt actually exceeds our gross national product. How do we get back from there? How's the United States? If you think the United States can pay off its debt, if you believe the United States can pay off its debts, put a 3 in the chat room. If you think we're beyond the point of no return, put a 4 in the chat room. Because we're beyond the point of no return. The federal government is going to, as we know it, will cease to exist. So will the dollar. That might be a good reason to have the means to trade amongst yourself. That's why I show you this defythegrid.com. If you go to defythegrid.com and use the code GreenGregs, look, price of gold's going up. If you use the code GreenGregs, you can get 1% off. And they got gold, silver, platinum. You can get it in bullion. You can get it in coins. And they got a deal. If you find a better deal somewhere else, they'll meet it or beat it. So that's kind of hard to beat. Also, Fort Campbell, Kentucky Army base is getting active. Has been doing increased drills. B-2 stealth bombers flying over the Fort Campbell? Fort Campbell? Wow, what is the Air Force doing down there in Fort Campbell? All right. Yeah, well, all right. Well, I see they're in a lot of faith in the payback of the government. I can see that. And I can understand why. Yeah, if you use the discount code GreenGregs, you get 1% off. Beats a poke in the eye. I think we need a way to barter outside of the system. That's why I like the goldbacks in particular. So guys, do come down here and look at this video with Jonathan Hollerman. He is one of the best experts in this area. He's the deputy director of the EMP Task Force of National Homeland Security, which was established by the late, great Dr. Peter Vincent Pry. Hey, Arsenal Rain, good to see you. Good name, Camo Coffin. That's a fitting name for it. Action Jackson. All right. Open Pebble Gold Mine, Alaska. There you go. That'd be good to have. Gray Man 3. The leaders believe they can control that. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. That is what they're trying to do. But go down here and watch these nuclear survival videos too, guys. Make sure you try to get some of them. And sometimes it's best just to hit videos and scroll down. Some of the stuff is so far into the playlist, it's hard to see. And some of them are really important videos. Like one I would recommend is the EMP survival video. Yeah, were we in invasion? Where's that at? EMP survival. That video talks about tactics. Goes in great detail. It's down here somewhere. The EMP survival. I may have done scroll past it. I don't think it's this far back. Go back up. Where's it at? Oh Lord, it's far down now, but this is a very vital video if you can find it. It's further back than that. Guess I didn't get to. All right, I'm wasting time here. Sorry about this, guys. I thought I'd get to it faster than that. But these are important videos to watch. There it goes. Survive an EMP. This is a video y'all need to watch, guys. Survive an EMP grid down. Only 2,600 of you watched that video. Of course, I got my balloon attack video. Hey, I wore a suit for this one. Here's one I did with Steve Popper, the Popper Report. He's a good guy. So check out that surviving EMP video, guys. You can go up here and hit the search bar and just type in surviving EMP and it should come up. All right, guys, let's go on. Now I'm going to show you some stuff. Now, I don't know whether this letter was real or not, but the things it claimed definitely rhyme with things happening in the world today. I got to be careful on this platform about what I say. You know what I mean? So you might just type in this in the search bar and find this for yourself. You might throw in that too. Now, this apparently was revealed to the world by a guy named Carlo, where's his name at here? It was actually a cardinal from, Cardinal Carlo Rodriguez from Santiago, Chile. He wrote about this in 1925. 1925. Now, the one thing that makes me wonder is he used the N word, N-A-Z-A-I word. And I'd actually tried to go back to find the oldest use of that word in literature, and it looked like it said 1926. So I don't know if this is correct. I think there might be something amiss about that, but I don't know, guys. So you make up your own minds. But when you look here, the description of each one of these events, it all looks like playbook. I don't know, guys. You read it and figure it out for yourselves. I don't know. Weird stuff. But think about the Balfour Declaration. This is off Wikipedia. This is historical fact. 2 November 2017. See, England took Palestine from the Ottoman Empire, and they set out right off the bat to begin the formation of a community there over there in what became Israel today. But look who the letter was to. So we know who was involved in it. So does this play back into this? I don't know, guys. You tell me what y'all think. I don't know. That's why I got to wonder, was this plan started sometime back? Does this plan date back to this date? Or is this a fiction? I don't know. Just asking questions. You know, like the Emperor told Darth Vader, everything's proceeding according to plan. I don't know, guys. Wow, look at all the earthquakes over here in Afghanistan. The outer one is huge. Click that one. Let me zoom in on it. This is there. It's been getting hit for the last few weeks, and a lot of people lost their lives over this thing. 6.3. 6.3. So they had a 6.3 on the 14th. And several aftershocks. 5.4. And a 4.2. Tell you what, over there, a 4.2 will take buildings down. Those buildings aren't built all that great and wonderful. So 4.1 over there on that side. Turkey's got a little earthquake. See what I'm saying, guys? Lots of quaking and shaking. I don't know, guys. Yeah, I'll do a shout out to Nate. This is where he's talking about those nuclear facilities. Nate came on late, running on Green Greg's hours. Bless his heart. Anyway, let's stop the share. I'm not going to go into a lot more detail tonight. There's a lot of things we could talk about. There's a lot of stuff still going on in Russia. Russia has started a new major offensive. They've taken heavy losses, but they're still pouring it on. They're still pouring on. They're not slowing down. So Russia's getting pretty serious. Thank you for sharing some of my previous videos there, New Days. So let's see. And speaking of Tesla, Elon Musk is he centrifuges people like yourself. Any chance to ever Twitter again? Really? You can't Twitter? I don't know. 1914 election, 1864 election, 1942, 68. All during wartime. Yeah, we've had elections in wartime. We've had elections in wartime. Are they going to suspend them this time? What other? See, they'd love nothing better than suspending rights. But even if they don't suspend rights, they know during a war that you're less likely to change horses. I mean, just countries don't do that typically. People will vote people back in they can't stand a lot of times. You know, we got that state that's down so deep, they don't want somebody coming in office that's going to sweep them out. Maybe that's why stuff is, we're having all the public display of trials and accusations. Is that what that's all about? Could it be? You tell me. I'm just wondering. Who am I? I'm just some old worm farmer. I'm just a little old rocket scientist. Who am I to ask these questions? So, yeah, Rodriguez, first Chilean cardinal of the Catholic Church from Wikipedia. Yeah. Kind of interesting that what he come out with there is was he right? The state so deep. Yeah, I got to be careful what I say, guys. I have to really watch my words on here. Got to really watch what you say on this platform. So I'm watching Della on military summary. Russian hasn't had heavy losses at all. Well, you know, there's a lot of propaganda from both sides. Who knows? Heavy propaganda from both sides. And you'll find out about this stuff too. You'll find the same thing about this situation. You're going to see a lot of propaganda. Lots of it. Heavy propaganda from both sides. Oh, I did have Press TV open earlier and I closed it. I couldn't remember why I had it open. Now I remember. Let me bring it back. Let me do that. Oh, come on. I just had it open. Why you got to put me there again? Stinking search thing. Hit a share button again. Ding, 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 ding. Where's my share button? Where's my, got so many screens open. Give me a second, folks. Share screen, ding, ding. And I close it because I forgot why I had it open. Now it dawned on me. This is the Iranian news agency right here, Press TV. And I got it here in English. Israel wiped out entire Palestinian families in Gaza carnage, says here. Although they did tell them to get out, or at least go in the southern part of the district. But you know what you don't see on here? You see a lot of stuff about everything happened to Gaza. You don't see anything about the Gaza paragliders. You don't see anything about what happened those 7 hours before the IDF responded. Because both sides engage in heavy propaganda. The people reading this, they're getting one side of the story. See what I'm saying, guys? They're trying to fan flames of hatred all over the world. They're playing us all against each other. There's a lot of good people around. My main study buddy in college was an Iranian, really smart kid. And he had great parents. Both of his parents were doctors. Managed to finally get themselves out of Iran. Yeah, Hector, I don't speak Spanish. Make sure if you put something in there from another language, it's clean. Don't use any dirty language, folks. I want to. There may be some remnant of them that survived Sophia, but they pretty much got taken out. At least their power center did in the back in the 1300s on Friday the 13th. Colorado Jan. Hey, Colorado, I got your super chat and mail today. Salute to you and thank you. They want to make people think that he is the scum of the earth when he isn't, but people are seeing what they are doing to him and his sport. Yeah, there you go. Did this just start? You mean the video, Trent? No, we've started the video a little bit ago. Let's see, we've been on now for 49 minutes. But I've already covered my main points. So you want to hit the rewind. You want to go back and hit the rewind if you're just joining. Oh, thank you, Intermix. All right, how is the JB? How are you? Well, we'll have to see. Michael Sherman, woodworking and more. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna read the chat here for a little bit, and we're gonna call it a night real soon. It's late. I got started late. I got up real early. Did the farmers market today. If you find me on Facebook, you'll find a little post there. I didn't post it on my YouTube channel because that kind of content actually goes against my algorithms. It works against me, believe it or not, because it gets very small responses. PBD is your favorite Iranian. What is the deflection? I don't know that. Oh, you're talking somebody in here. Oh, you're naming your dog Allah Snack Bar. You must watch Black Scout Survival. Jack over there. Yeah, I heard him using that term. I was thinking that's a good one to use. I need to use that term. Although you probably would need to come up with something other than Allah, right? Snack bar. Let's see. Well, it didn't stop. Somehow I had to push the start again. Oh. So let me, Larry Smith, can a rooster lay an egg? Well, I know some city slickers we used to always tell jokes to. If the rooster's on the top of the house and the house runs east to west and winds blow from the north and he lays an egg, which side's the egg will fall down? You know how many people would be trying to answer that question? A lot of people will answer the question, or ask a question about milk in a bowl. This is sad, the stuff people fall into. Excuse me. I'll check some of y'all's little stuff in here. Mike Smith, I haven't heard a peep about Ukraine. Yeah, that's been pretty quiet. They're slogging it out over there. Got a big slugfest right now. Yeah, I'll try to cover more of that next time I do a more in-depth video. I'll come back to that and I'll talk about some economic stuff and other things. We'll talk more about the border. It's just we got a lot of stuff going on, guys. It's crazy. Nightman's wife at Walmart in Chieftain, Florida, was completely out of beef broth. There you go. You can expect to see more shortages, guys, especially in beef, because they got rid of a bunch of cattle because the cost of feed was so high. We are born in Bethlehem. You born in Bethlehem, Steve? Well, we know somebody was born in Bethlehem. The war in Israel escalated 100%, says Larry. That's what, yeah, how does it not? 5,000 sailors. It's just on one ship. Yeah, that's what that ship carries. It's typical. So, Jesse, you say it's a distraction. Maybe it's part of the plan. What you thinking, Jesse? Jesse's got something in mind. Jesse's a real smart guy. At dinner, he bought my dinner up in Show Low about a month ago, and I may be heading back out that way next weekend. I'm not sure. I'm really contemplating hitting the road next weekend. That's going to knock me out of being able to speak at this conference I'm scheduled to speak at if I do. So that's the gist of it, though. I don't trust any propaganda that comes out of there. Yeah, there's tons of propaganda everywhere. Terrorist is all about hate. Exactly. That's a mission of a terrorism. The terrorist is to stir up hatred. Usually, that's what they do. Yikes. Empty carrier. Yeah, there's an empty carrier going out too. That's true. There's another carrier. Which one was it? They don't have any planes on it right now. And so there's a lot of question about what it's about. I think that was pointed out by who brought that up? Oh, Greg with New York Prepper. Yeah, he thought maybe that was there to provide a platform for Israeli Air Force in case their fields get pocked. But I don't think the Air Force guys are going to be landing doing shipboard takeoff and landings, because you got to have a hook and you got to be trained to land on a ship. And typically, Air Force guys don't train for ship landings unless they've been doing it for some reason. That's possible. But does anybody know anything about that? Because I don't know of any training that the Air Force guys, even in Israel, are doing for ship landings. Now, maybe they have there. A carrier in the yards or being refurbished. We have no planes to pick them up after they clear a few miles out from port. Okay. Whoop. What did I do here? I didn't mean to pin that. Unpin. Sometimes when I'm scrolling, it just takes action. I'm just trying to scroll up and down. As you touch it, it does things. We saw this on the Guardian website. Florida Governor DeSantis has rejected accepting Palestinian refugees from Gaza. Well, you don't know who you're getting. Can you vet them? I mean, if you could vet people, but typically our border guys, they're so overwhelmed, they ain't got time to do anything. They're not vetting people. They're just letting anybody and everybody in. You might be getting Hamas leaders. Yeah, that's what you don't want. I feel sorry for the people in just the regular citizens in Gaza. They're in open air prison. They're having it rough. I feel sorry for those people. But then again, I do not feel sorry for Hamas. If you disagree with that, say so in the chat room. Let's hear it. Hey, Nordy Nord, however you say that. He says, in America, it was debated to cancel the late. Yeah, in those periods. You know, in the War of 1812, our capital got sacked, but we continued as a country, didn't we? Look up how many Eisenhower threw out when he was president. True. There's a lot of good people over there. And Libya was on a fairly good path. We messed Libya up. Go. The old man in the flood lived along the low banks of Palestine. Okay. Ukrainian pilots expected to start F-16 training in Arizona. Wow. Where at in Arizona? Pieces say men who eat staples all sing from the same hymn sheet. I reckon so. The pilots will first learn the basics of operating F-16. Well, that's the Ukrainian guys. Well, what Air Force is trying to do naval carrier training? I haven't heard of that. I mean, trainer jets before F-16s. Yeah. T-38s or something. I don't know what they use in the military. I know our astronauts train on T-38s. So I've seen something similar to that. You know, there used to be a training school for pilots. I think there still is around Tupelo, Air Force Training School. It used to be a SAC base. Word from Star Trek, learn to fly jets. Or word from Star Trek, learn to fly jets. Luke Air Force Base, Arizona. Okay, thank you, Rick, for that. Israel, UK, and Japan are about our only true allies, and the rest are a bunch of dependable. Yeah, they're like, you know, they'll be for us as long as we keep shoveling money out to them. So you got to really wonder beyond that. So, and don't forget our prized jet, the F-35 is grounded. Well, they're gonna have to unground some of them. Yeah, because that incident where the one crashed, you know, they had an. I don't know, guys. We're in a pickle. And it's not just that. Let me stop the share. I don't know why I kept it in share mode. Pardon me, guys. White House AI to order to flex federal buying power. A long-awaited White House effective order on AIs, especially the target government procurement. Our Army now, the latest stats on our Army, not only are we having trouble recruiting people, but the ones we got, 50% of them are overweight. 50%. That's mind-blowing. 50% of our Army is overweight. 50%. Wow. Are they not training? They don't do PT regularly? I don't know, guys. Fort Campbell, Kentucky base, all took stealth bombers, doing flyovers. Yeah, so why's the Air Force doing flyovers for the Army base? You got to wonder what's cooking, guys. Thoughts on the draft? Well, they may do a draft at some point because we just don't have the number of soldiers that we need. So they might cook one if there's time. I mean, WWIII can be over before you can snap a finger. It may start out conventionally. It may cook for a while. It may go tactical nuclear long before it goes strategic. I don't know. But if our grid goes down here at home, if the sleeper cells take it down, if the hackers take it down, to us here, it's just like we got nuked. I mean, you can be just going along your merry day one day and be a bright sunny day and the lights go out. And you go, well, how did it happen? There's no thunderstorms. Did the car hit a transformer station, run into it accidentally, knock a power pole over? Well, when they stay out and you hear nothing, you better start wondering. Y'all better get ready, folks. We don't know what's coming. So Jesse says, Greg, I think we are witnessing the rise of the empire. Yes. We just don't know who the emperor or Darth Vader is. Boy, there's a lot of suspicious characters though, right? And part of it has been orchestrated from the House of Klaus, maybe, possibly. Fat sergeants. That's just hard to believe. Well, except for the Beetle Bailey comic strips. Y'all remember Beetle Bailey and his buddy Sarge, Sarge's brother, the cook? Jesse's been a mod. Preparedness matters. Exactly. So we're in a pickle, guys. We're in a very bad spot. Of course, one thing that hurt recruitment in our military is when it went woke. A lot of you red-blooded guys and gals don't want to be part of that. And then, just the stuff they force on them, the training and everything. A lot of people say, I don't want to be part of that. And then when they mandated the military to take certain things that they didn't want, they forced a lot of guys out of the military. These were some of your reddest, bloodest, toughest guys that went out. I've interviewed a couple of them. I know a couple good, hard guys. One was a Marine colonel. He said bye-bye. A Marine colonel. I've actually had him on my channel. And there was that sergeant I had on my channel too. Bye-bye. Well, the Coliseum was a state, and now the world is the Coliseum. Looks like a bomber. Yeah, Obama fired 300 field grade officers and promoted people of his mindset. When Trump went in office, he didn't fix that. That's how we got Milley. Michael Sherman, thank you. We take over 10,000 years to pay off 33 trillion at $100 a second. What? I don't see it happening, guys. I see big trouble. Everybody's thinking, well, I'm going to get checks from the government. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. There's a day of reckoning coming. It's all going to hit the wall at some point. At some point, there ain't going to be jack diddle for anybody. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Love food, love food. There you go. Guys, where is the God technology, God and religion, church? I pray to God not AI. Yeah, there's people using AI now to write sermons. Can you imagine going to a church and your sermons from AI? It's something. What kind of church is that? Who? You know what in the good book happens? In the good book, the bad guy, who's the many. Yeah, I tell you who's the emperor. It's the evil. The evil. Does he come down and something goes woo and land? I don't know. Apparently, there's going to be a human being that's according to the book. He's going to be in charge of things, and this human being creates something, a statue that talks, and the statue tells people what to do. Is it actually a statue? Could be an android, or is it just something on a server, or maybe it's something on a server connected to something that walks? Android, an Andy droid. I know, guys. We're coming in some testy times. Of course, a lot of people don't believe that stuff. But wow, look what's happening in the world today. Just look. Yeah, I can't read a comment till somebody else makes another, because for some reason there's the heart diagram or something in my chat room. I can't see the last word or one of the words that rose. Okay, they used to say Calgon, take me away. I don't know what Calgon is. Educate me. Drones with nugs. Yeah. Greg, can you do a video on radios and tools? Yeah, see my EMP survival video, Batman's wife. I think that's what you want, right? Believe it or not, I'm not a hammer operator, although I've had hammer operators. Where does Calgon take you? I don't know what Calgon is. Upset how technology, technology is just a tool. Technology is neither good or evil. It could be useful. The question is, who's using the tool? In the case of AI, who's the puppet master? How do you get rid of that heart? I don't know, Larry. Y'all see that heart too? I don't know. I don't know. There was a reason that they were in Vietnam, and there was also a reason they were at the Temple Ziggurat. I don't know. Probably. Calling for a water softener. Is that what it is? So, Calgon is old school relaxing bath soap. Oh my God. Well, maybe that's what you need to get relaxed. Lordy. Cooking Irish stew. Love you from Ireland. Good to see you from Ireland. Appreciate that. All right. Take some of that stew and stick it through the interweb so we don't get a bite. Guys, war is horrible. Any way you shake it, it's horrible. All right, so I get it now. That's why I didn't follow it. The four horsemen are riding. I think so. It certainly looks like it. Technology does what you program it in. Exactly. Exact. Question is, who's writing the program? We have, as a country, gone to soft and socialist to survive. Yeah, but that ain't gonna last, guys. There's no way that that's going to endure. Nimrod's body was in Iraq. Yeah, maybe. That's where he started out. It was Babylon, right? Babylon, 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 Babble off. So, all right, guys, we've been on here long enough. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see how long we've been here. 68 minutes. We've been here long enough tonight, guys. We're the next Palestine. Bingo. We're the next Palestine. We're the next Indian reservation. I drew a map talking about Civil War a long time ago. And Chewy Weather, he's picked up on it, because when we ask him where he's from, he always answers West Wokistan. I drew a map of the United States, and I had all the liberal places in the country. I called the West Coast West Wokistan and the Northeast East Wokistan, like Pakistan. And I said, we're all Indians in the middle. And, that's how they look at us. Somebody to put on a reservation. We got to be careful, guys. Got to be careful. Religion is love, not war. That's what it's supposed to be about. But a lot of people twist it. That's what leaders, so-called leaders, like to do. They twist things to play us against each other because they get power from doing that. Join my group, support my cause. These guys over there are causing all your problems. It's all their fault. So join me and we'll put a fix to that. Well, they got somebody on the other side doing the same thing, and they're probably working together. Chaz. That was the name of that state in Oregon, right? Greg, in Southern California, they are building the Terminator. Yeah, we're getting some scary times, guys. Chicago's central Wokistan. Yeah, Chicago is a little sliver running from Chicago down the Mississippi River to Memphis. You got to be concerned with central Wokistan. War, please. Be nice. Read your Bible. Not war. There you go. Soap, bath, soap, like bath. I don't know what you're going there. Anyway, guys, I think we've done enough for one night here. That must be useful. There must be a dual use you guys are hinting at. Republicans used to be wise and nominate a Christian, not a yeah, we're in some strange times, guys. We're in strange times. Strange times. Strange times. Well, guys, here's the bottom line. They're running across our borders. They're coming in everywhere. Now, some of these could be just good people trying to take care of themselves. They're in terrible places. But you can, my figuring is oh, there it is. Civil War discovered East and West Wokistan. You days found it. So there is, I can't see how we get out of this without scrapes. It looks like we're heading to war, and when we get into it, I would say that's when those sleeper cells get activated and lone individuals. You got to be aware. You better prepare. Don't be scared. Be prepared. I mean, you can only do what you can do. I mean, everybody's got limitations. I can't do everything I want to. I'd love to have a bunker. I don't have a bunker, but I have been, storing up certain things. So just keep that in mind. And mixed news, please love yourself. Listening, reply, war is bad. It is bad. Blood, sweat, and tears may even require a few gears. Anyway, some advice for leaving home. There's a new checklist. But know how to use those things and when to. Don't use them out of anger. Be smart. And only use them in self-defense. You point a straw at somebody with a spitball in it. Know who you're pointing it at and why. Verify before you spit the ball down the straw. You know what I mean? I'm using code talk here. But you got to be careful, guys. There's a lot of innocent people out there, and a lot of people have accidentally offed innocent people because they got scared and they misread what was going on. Use your brain, use your mind. The most powerful thing you got is right here. It's your most powerful tool, your most powerful weapon. Exercise it. It's just like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the better it's going to be. Exercise it. Watching my sixes, amen. Everybody's got to watch your six. Palmer. Greg, do you agree that all, hang on, so I'm going to wait for that to pick up so I can see what you're saying. Somebody put a comment in so I can read the rest of Samuel Turner's comment, excuse me. All right, we're going to finish here in just a minute. It's already well past 3. Okay, now I can read it. Greg, do you agree that all of us here need at least 6 months of food to survive? I'd say a year. Study wild edibles too. Study your wild edibles, but you may not get the carbs out of the wild edibles. That's where stuff like prepwithgreg.com comes in. Go to prepwithgreg.com. But also buy you some sardines. You know, buy some canned oysters. Buy some, they're cheap. Buy some canned tuna maybe. Mix it up, especially the sardines, and get some oysters because you need the zinc. If you can't find beef, you find zinc in oysters, guys. Mind over matter. Look after yourself. Manifesting. There you go. There's nothing like a mathematician. You listen to some of my videos, a mathematician. I've had buddies that do reliability. Now I'm suddenly doing that kind of stuff. I'm getting into that area. I refer to people doing probabilistic risk assessments as mathematicians. I'm sure y'all have heard me use that term. It was one of them I wanted to get on here, and he passed away on me, though, because he was in nuclear sub. He was an operator at Sequoia Nuclear Power Plant. Fortunately, passed away. He would have been bright to get on the channel. Hey, John, how you doing? So, the guy's a rooster, but if you want to send the former chat into I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about there. Wild edibles. There you go. Wild edibles and medicinals. You better see my video about water. I got many ways to purify and sanitize water is one of my videos. Stock up as much food as you can. Yes. And seeds. But you got Bateman's Wife's correct. You know, you got to think more about just yourself. You know, you got to have enough to cover for you, for your immediate family members. And there's going to be pile-ons probably. Love you, hugs and kisses. Well, thank you, Intermix. Likewise, you're what country did you say you're in? You're overseas somewhere. I remember that. Well, like use brain right away and be careful. Grow your food. Yes, growing food requires practice. You know, it's an art, and every year you learn something new. Just because it works good one year, don't mean it's going to work good the second year. Because once you get the garden started, bugs will find it. They didn't find it the first year or two. Deer will find other things. Oh, answer somebody's question. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Mormons too. And out in my part of Arizona, most of them are trying to store for 10 years. Well, most of the Mormons out there. Jesse will tell you how long they're storing for. When prepping, don't forget get some pet food. You have tons of water stored in Berkeley. There you go. Remember, Berkeley's the best at filtering clean water, though. If you think you're really going to get millions of gallons out of it, no, that ain't happening. You may get a few hundred gallons. You got to change those filters. Enough heirloom seeds to plant a victory garden. Yes, there you go, drops. So check out True Leaf Market and Eden Brothers. I put links to that in most of my videos too. You can get the heirloom seeds there, non-GMO heirloom seeds. And learn how to eat from your weeds and trees. Once you learn that, that'll help a lot for long-term survival. Charcoal and DIY water filters makes water taste like smoke. Well, especially when you first use it, because that little powdery stuff's going to go through first. So you got to run some water through it first, kind of get that out. You may still get a little bit of that. I love my red wiggler worms. They feed in my garden quite well. There you go. Listen, guys, if you got worms, if you know how to use them and use them right, if you figure out how to make some worm tea or compost tea, and you got heirloom seeds and you learn the techniques for gardening, once you get it all down pat, you shouldn't have to go to the store to buy stuff. Our ancestors didn't have stores to go buy stuff and replenish things. But right now, most gardeners are growing gardens where it don't work if they don't have a store near them to go buy stuff. So learn how to grow your garden without a store. Worms will help you a lot. Hey, Mr. Green Jeans, how you doing? I guess that's what GRNJNES. I just say green jeans. I'm not sure if that's what you mean by that. I have 13 family members and my ex-homicide partner and his wife. Oh my gosh. Have over a year of preps, and I spent at least $500,000 to be ready. Wow. Sammy Turner, you were ahead of the game. You are ahead of the game. That's quite a layout. But you know what? If you survive, it's all worth it. Been gardening for over 5 decades. That you have, and that's great. You got it down pat. Thank you for saying. 4203 misses you. Yeah, that was my old building. I used to be in 4203. Sure enough, I was in 4203 for a long time. I ran the coffee fund on the 5th floor for probably 16 years. Now more than that. Until the bug broke out, because I spent almost 20 years on that job there. And I think the first year I was in 4203, but for the I was spent about 19, 18, probably close to 19 years in 4203. All right, guys. You know the force equals Luke or Iuk, whatever. Using containment-free and nutrient-rich soil. There you go. All right, Mr. Green Jeans. I don't remember. You probably told me who you were. I don't remember it off the bat, but I probably know you. I've got to. You know me. 4203 misses me. There we go. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. I'm doing remote work right now. I'm only getting about 30 hours a week, but I'm working now on a commercial, well, a science satellite supporting a company that's supporting the Swiss. So it's a European satellite. I was doing some defense satellite stuff. Yeah, yeah, we don't pick a faith here. I'm not a religious channel. We do pray a lot for our family members in here, but we do it without picking a religion. Because we want to be open. That's what we're about here, is getting people ready, preparedness. That's what we're all about here, is get people ready. Because we got bad times coming. So I don't want to run people off from the notion of getting ready. So if you come in here and you're an atheist, you're a Hindu, or whatever, okay, if you're in preparedness, that's the purpose of this channel. Now, those that know me know I believe in a greater creator. And I believe in power of prayer. We do pray a lot, but we're going to go right now. It's 3:21. I've been up almost 24 hours, and I've only got about 3 hours, occasionally getting close to 4 hours sleep a night all week. So much going on. So we got to call it a night. Yes, azomite. That's rock dust, guys. Hey, if you don't have rock dust available, you can make your own a little bit if you want to beat pound rock. With a sledgehammer, maybe you may have to do that. But rock dust replaces the trace minerals. But guys, another way to do that, once the stores aren't available, you can't buy azomite, you might stock up on some. Wood chips is something to get you in that direction, because tree roots pull from deep down. They pull those minerals up that aren't in the soil in the fields and commercial gardens and most other people's gardens. But once you do repetitive harvesting, and if you're only fertilizing with NPK, you're not replacing the micronutrients. And a plant is a lot of things, but a plant is not a fusion reactor. A plant can't take elements and fuse them into other elements. So a plant does not make magnesium. That's one thing we're most efficient of in our diet, is magnesium. And that is one reason I eat a lot of tree nuts, guys. I do. I eat a lot of tree nuts. So I'm empty. I got to be eating some of it, because that helps my ticker. That's one thing that helps keep my ticker from going into overdrive. I'm not sure God listens to me. I keep praying for $1 billion. Well, God may know better than you. He may know that you really don't need it. Sometimes, though, you better be careful. Sometimes you get what you ask for. And then you go, oh, my God, what did that happen to me for? Because getting $1 billion is probably a curse. Praying for us all. There you go. I'll ask everybody to do it tonight. Much love and respect, Greg. Well, thank you, JetBlue. So I want to ask everybody just to say a prayer when you go to bed tonight for everybody, for our world, that we get through this. Blackstrap molasses is good for the garden. There you go. Yeah, seaweed, because the ocean has those minerals in it. That's why seaweed is good. You might get a little mercury in it, though. Learn how to make and activate charcoal. There you go. That's a good one. Captures wood gas. Wood gas is good to use. You might need that for your generators. They may come. You can't get, wow, Samuel Turner. Get yourself a Sunday breakfast on me and keep sounding the alarm. Salute Samuel Turner, man. Samuel was on top of the game. He just said he has plenty of food for him and his immediate surrounding. He's been taking care of business. The man is smart. He's on top of it. And he's also been involved in law enforcement. He knows what's going on. So Samuel Turner, salute to you. Thank you, sir. Share my videos, people. Share my videos. I don't come from hatred. You know, it may sound sappy for a prepper, you know, tough as nails, you know, a guy who has his nugs, and I do have my nugs. I got my knives and things like that, right? But, and I believe in self-defense. But Rodney Milton, yes, he's one who gave me a knife. This is what Rodney Middleton sent me right here, all the way from Australia, guys. He made it. Check that out. Beautiful. So I got these things. I treasure them. They're important. You need them. Have means of self-defense. But I don't come in talking hatred. I'm trying to dispel that because I really truly believe we're all being played against each other. And it's that feudal mentality. I always tell you, there's good people in every country and every state, city, county, shire, hamlet, neighborhood, neck of the woods, whatever you want to call it. There's good people all over the world. There's people who give you the shirt off their back. There's also some bad people, and usually, you know, the sociopaths and psychopaths, because they're conniving, usually wind their way up the top of organizations. And then they discover they can get power by pitting us against each other, and they play us. Play us like a fiddle. I feel like that may be a big part of what's going on right now. That's been the subject of this video. Seaweed is a substitute for potassium iodine. There you go. Hey, that's good to have. God told me he'll give me $1 billion after hyperinflation kicks. Well, like I said, you might get what you asked for. Yeah, you'll probably have $1 billion and you'll be lucky to buy a piece of gum with it. I got this big $1 billion vote coin here. What can I do it? Well, if you throw in another one, you can have a piece of gum. 2 of them. That may be where we're heading. Sad to say. Hey, you know what? That's why I like these gold backs. This is actually gold. This is 1/1000th of a troy ounce. And guys, that's always gold, no matter what. Whatever it's worth, it's always that. Put this in your wallet. And this is a small enough amount that you can barter with somebody and get a 12-pack of eggs or a loaf of bread. So, yeah, with where we're heading, we're in deep trouble, guys. I don't see, with the federal government so far overspun, with all the hatred in the world today, which is just getting ramped up higher and higher right now, how do we get out of this? I think the way we get out is we survive. And once the storm is over, the S storm, we stand up, shake the mess off, and go build a better world. That's what I think, guys. That's what I always challenge you guys to do. Shield Maiden, how you doing? I had to delete my Twitter. The Ukraine war was bad enough, but this new chapter is terrible. Yes, the worry consumes me. How do you feel about it, Greg, with all your hours you spend researching all this? Well, if you go back on a rewind, you'll see, I think we're being played against each other. And I think they want war. Given that, I don't know how we get out of it at this time. It just seems to me to be a foregone conclusion. At some point, this is going to escalate into a WWIII. It may happen sooner than later. It takes a while to get all the chess pieces in place. That's a good thing. And then things escalate. So it might not be all at once, but it could be. And this time, WWIII is going to be everywhere. You know, Shield Maiden in England, y'all had major protest over there in London, right? And y'all just have the streets full of protesters. Nobody's immune. This happened all over the world. Even in the country, in Dragon Country, somebody got stabbed because of the race or religion. You know, it just happened on this Friday the 13th Jihad thing. So this can happen anywhere, anywhere. So this is when you got to be on your wares. This is when you got to be situationally aware. The more you prep, the less you worry. Exactly. Don't be scared. Be prepared. See, that's my basis. If I can't control it, there's just no point in worrying about it. If you can't control it, there's no point in worrying. Do what you can that you can control and try to have faith and hope in that, but do it smartly. Pay attention. But have friends and family. If you have faith, be centered in that faith. That may give you some inner strength, some inner peace. That may help. Get right with your maker. Love your family. Love your friends. Tell them every chance you get, you love them. You might walk outside and trip over a twig and your days may be over. It might be that simple. We don't know how long we got. Sometimes people say bye-bye to the world from the slightest things. You just never know from one day to the next. But, and so even if all these things weren't to happen, that's good enough reason to take life seriously and to treasure it and treasure your loved ones. Life's a beautiful gift. Mind is a beautiful gift. If used properly, that too's a tool. It can be used bad or good, just like AI. That's a tool also. Problem is who's the tool masters? Who's the puppeteers of the situation? That's what we got to worry about. Porch light had purple tails every year. What is that? He's had dirt daubers. Oh, okay. Oh, the birds. The birds, purple tails. Okay. Gotcha. Barn swallows or something like that, right? That's why I haven't been on here because many, well, we're not about that, Taz. You know, some people come in and they'll talk, but we're not about that. You know, just because something's in the chat room does not mean I endorse it, but I don't think I should knock something out just because somebody has that opinion. Now, if somebody goes overboard with it, then, you know, we need to say something, but, you know, I believe in the freedom of speech. It's just like if I have a guest on my show, I mean, I agree with everything they say. So what? The chat is you expressing yourself. I'm not here to tell you what to think. I believe in freedom. I believe in freedom of speech. My main rule about the chat is that you keep it clean. We're a family channel. Keep it clean. All right, so we got politics comes in, we get religion coming in. We're not a channel about any of that, really. I'm kind of venturing into politics stuff a little bit, but only as it affects our day-to-day life in the prepperverse. Guess being a farmer and a rancher is now a homesteader prepper. Well, that's what everybody used to do, right? More people did it, would be better off. It used to just be called making a living, because that's how everybody used to do it. Could be, Taz. But it may escalate from tactical. It may stay at the tactical level for a little while. It may not go strategic. Some people think it will automatically go strategic. We don't know that for a fact. But it could. But Taz, if they take out our power grid, it's going to be just as bad. Just as bad. I did a video about why an EMP for taking out our power grid is worse than a nuclear war. Yeah, you need to watch that. WF burger, laboratory meat. Yeah. Yucca and on vector. Cockroach milk. Yeah. So thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. Yeah, we got 249 in the room and only 193 thumbs up. Guys, I need help. I need help with algorithms. I can't even find my own channel. This video on my own channel, scanning it a little bit ago. Yeah, the platform is not friendly to me sometimes. I get a lot of my regulars tell me that they don't see my videos. Happens all the time. Don't get notifications. So help me with the algorithms. Come in and throw some thumbs up before you go out, guys. We've been on here for now 94 minutes. We need to go, folks. Most people will not survive an EMP. You're exactly right, Sergeant Major Phil. You're exactly right. Sergeant Major in the house. Very good. Which don't salute unless you guys. They'll tell you, I work for a living. Don't salute me. I work for a living. All righty. And that's true. Tricia, lots of love. I was enlisted when I was in the military. I was enlisted. I know all about that. I used to salute the officer when he was across the street because he had to return the salute. And I do it just to bug him. Yeah, I sure did. When I was in the Army, I'd see him, I would see it far away as I could see him. I'd throw that salute up and have to return it. And he'd go, there we go. Australia, yeah, we got Australia in the house. Got a few Australians in here. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it. Hey, we're going to go, but we're all grown. Holy moly. How you doing, Holy moly? That's a great name. Holy moly. That's what I feel like right now. Holy moly. Look what's going on. Holy moly. The world's not holy. And says, Greg, what? Somebody put, Greg, who are you and why are you in my microwave? Oh my God, I hope I'm not in your microwave. Why am I in your microwave? Good Lord, yeah. Oh Lord, if I'm in your microwave, I must be everywhere. I'm everywhere, man, from the mountains there. Shall I do my share? All right. I'm scared. Don't be scared. Be prepared. All righty, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Super Chatters. Wow, we've had a great night for Super Chats. Awesome. Thank you, every one of you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody, for watching. All right, the thumbs up are going up. I appreciate it. Throw me a thumbs up before you leave. I saw some flies stacking up. Oh, we're preppers. Oh, Lord. You know, I don't think there's ever going to be a shortage of that stuff. If anything, and there being shortage, it's going to be that stuff, Lord. The problem is that any emergency or crisis, most people in America will sadly end up taking each other. Yeah, they'll be looking for the long pork, and that's two-legged. Don't be the long pork. All right, guys, just remember what I said I usually. Sorry, I almost got away from this. As light dispels dark, stage lights. Love dispels hate. Go out and shine your love light more. Once again, thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Throw me a thumb up. Share my video. Go in and leave a comment on my videos and comment to somebody else's comments and get the chat going. That helps with the algorithms that have no rhythm. And my Lord, excuse me. I wish everybody a safe, prosperous, good night. And with that, I'm going to say,